Wait! Oh no! I'm Tamagotchi? I am Tamagotchi today? I set up streams so that I looked so pretty, and you guys get me to look like a Tamagotchi. You do this to me, Pigeon, who spent time setting up, and so that my model would look all pretty with the color grading to match the game, and you guys make me a Tamagotchi. You do this to Pigeon. You do this to Pigeon today. Hi Belladonna, welcome in, hun. Aw, thank you. I'm glad you think I'm pretty as my Tamagotchi. I need people to know that this and or a Sneremy equivalent of this would be my dream merch. I feel like I've talked about this before, but I need people to know that a Tamagotchi that looked like this with the little pixelated version of me, or a pixelated version of Sneremy, is in fact my ideal form of merch. It is true. It's true. This is what I would want most in the world. This, a Snubloon coin, like an actual metal coin, and like... There was something else. We came up with something else the other day. A BJD. I'd love a BJD. Those who do not know, that means ball-jointed doll, not anything weird. I would love a ball-jointed doll though. Something made by like... you know how that... on YouTube you watch those videos where the people make the ball-joint dolls? I would kill to have one of those, the like really fucking talented ball-jointed doll people make me a ball-jointed doll. I would actually murder someone. I would sell my soul. I'll fully admit that. Otherwise, what have I been up to today? How's everyone else doing? Before I start yapping about myself. I had a weird day because my sister had an event, and so a non-insignificant amount of time before stream was spent with me babysitting the dog. I know it's Thanksgiving today for the American peeps, so I should say happy Thanksgiving. This is the holiday that British people do not celebrate at all. But you go, guys. Good for you. Good for you. Not good for you though, Belladonna. I hope things are less stressful. I think I need to turn down the mouth open sensitivity. Yeah, because I think for some reason this model, the mouth is more sensitive to being open. There you go. I hope that you can sort of chillax with me today then. I think we're not going to have a very busy stream today because of all the Americans are busy doing Thanksgiving stuff. I think it's the time of day that they would be serving their turkey, so we're going to have a nice chill day. We should get started then, now that ads are over. I fucking hate when they do that, where they save all the work until right at the end. Right, how do I... Remembering what we need to do at the moment in the game. Silver bullet. Okay. Honestly, it's better that you do what you can. It doesn't help to burn yourself out. Right, I need the ore. Meaning I need fox fur. And one of those. I need changeling gubbins. I need... I can make that. So to start off with, last time for people who weren't here, we started on the wolf's quest, and now we need to make a silver bullet for the hunter so that he can hunt the wolf. That means that we need to make that cauldron. We need the orb, which we have almost all the stuff for it already, actually. We're fucking... One day... I'm going to be sad when we finish this game, which might even be tonight. But, like, I am going to be so fucking thankful when I no longer have to worry about gathering more fucking clay. Yeah, that's a bad way to do it, really. It's not... It sounds to me that she kind of just did it to make her own job easier. Because really you should be spreading out homework throughout the year, not just dumping up all of the homework on right at the end. Well, you got done what you feasibly could get done. Don't worry yourself about it too much. Like, it's better that people don't burn themselves out on school, because then you run the risk of, like, not being able to do well on your tests. You don't want to give yourself some, like, trauma from having to rush all the work at the end. That's why that's not a very good method of teaching. always say to people, it's always better just to get done what you can. And what you can't get done, like, that's not your fault. As long as you've tried your hardest, that's all really you as a person can ask of yourself. Oh yeah, no, then that's their fault. If they forgot to add all of the stuff for the homework, then you're fully justified in skipping it, because if they can't be bothered to check it, then like, why should you be bothered to do it? You can't read their mind, you don't know what the questions are, you can't answer them. Right, we can make the glitter bomb. Oh, we need a soot sprite. Where's an easy place to get a soot sprite? I can't get one up there, so we're going to have to... We're going to have to go to the forest. Oh yeah, no, if the other homework was just research and you feel like you already have a good grasp on the topic, it doesn't hurt to do some brushing up when you've got some free time. But like, if it's just revision, don't worry about it again. Because like, revision's a personalised sort of thing. There's no like right way to do revision. There are wrong ways to do revision, but there's not any right ways to do revision. I couldn't do politics as a subject because I'm too opinionated. People know that I'm too opinionated, so I couldn't do it. I have a lot of respect for people who do manage to do it though as a subject. I'm just very opinionated. Yeah, that's more important anyway. So I don't know how your teachers are, but at least when I was training to be a teacher, they said, yeah, it's annoying when students don't do the homework, but it's actually more important that they can prove that they actually know the thing that you're trying to teach. So like homework, if they don't do any homework, but they show in testing that they know what they're talking about, sure, it's annoying because they're not following your like predetermined rules and shit. And it's a little harder to determine their knowledge base, but like, it's nothing to worry about. If you know it, as a teacher, it's annoying, but like, it's nothing wrong as long as you can prove that you actually do know the knowledge, the like stuff that you're supposed to know. That's what's the most important thing is. Getting, like, because you could have a student who fills out all of their homework, but when it comes to the tests, they don't know anything. So it's more important that they actually know the topic. And I think teachers getting so obsessed with homework is a symptom of a broader problem, which is the way things are graded. No, I found... So I'm like, I would be good and bad. I also just didn't turn my light on. Give me a sec. Bloop. There you go. Rigging should be better when I eventually change back from Tamagotchi. Back to normal. Because I have set up 1 hour timers on the models now, so that it will change after an hour. But yeah, I did really, really good in RE in school, because I'm very opinionated. But at the same time, I also, if you have the opposite opinion to your teacher, it can be kind of rough. Because my teacher in school was a, well, she was a Catholic, like a quite devout Catholic. And so we were both very heavily opinionated people. But she couldn't not give me incredibly good grades, because I was just also very good at school. Do I not need to be making this fucking lamentation box? Did I have the lamentation box the whole time? Hi Drac, welcome in. I do have the lamentation box, but I still need the soporific. Okay, so I do still need a jar of water. Yeah, I have a first redeem. I should make a special message for the person who redeems first, because right now it doesn't do anything different from the person who redeems, or anyone who redeems. I'm here. Oh, also, hi Murder! The sooner we can leave the well, the better. It annoys the fuck out of me, that well. Right, so soporific potion. Soporific potion uses to make soporific morsel. Soporific morsel. We need to go to the icy area, get ice mushrooms and snowflakes. To get the snowflakes, we need to make a snow snare. I'm pretty sure we already have one of those though in my inventory. We do. Yeah, that's the trouble. I think that's the difference between RE, which is religious education, and politics. Politics, you're encouraged to kind of have what opinion you have on something doesn't really matter as long as you can sort of argue for or against it. RE, you're kind of expected to just nod and say okay a little bit more, which is weird because on the exams you're expected to have a strong opinion and then defend that opinion using other people's opinions. I liked RE. It's one of my GCSEs that I did the best in, actually, is RE. That wasn't an art. Obviously I did well in art. Right, which snowman's going to explode? Or are they both preventing each other from exploding? Explode. He exploded. That's exactly what I needed. He exploded. Use that. Oh, I need one more mushroom. Yeah, that's the weird thing about the UK as well, is what school you go to really changes what your options for GCSE are. I think that's odd. Like, my school was shit. It was shit to go to my school. It was a shit school. But you did get a lot of options for GCSE. Because I did art, photography, graphic design, English lit and language, double science, which included all three sciences, but you got a slightly better GCSE. I could have done triple science, but I was doing photography, so I couldn't do both. But then I also did history, RE, and base math. Try and remember, because there was another one. I got like almost 10 GCSEs, basically. Yeah, that's the trouble with the UK, is it really, where you go to school, on what part of the country, really changes what lessons they'll let you do. Because we also had languages at mine, and geography. I'm trying to remember the other ones, because there were lots. We had loads of options, like loads and loads of options. You could basically do every humanities. You could do all of the different types. You could do computing and ICT. You could do woodworking, sewing, and cooking. You could also do childcare. We had like every option basically. Because you could choose from languages as well. You could choose to do French or Spanish. And the 1 year they also let you do Japanese. Travel and tourism, that was one that was on our list. Business, yeah, that was on our list. Drama, yeah, we had drama. And we also had music. My brother did travel and tourism and all that lot. All the ones like that, politics, travel and tourism and that lot, and then went on to do engineering, a year of engineering, and then hasn't gone back to school. And my sister currently is doing all the politics and stuff at uni, or at college, and is going, because she wants to be a politician or a nurse, I think. Okay, I don't know if she's fully decided. My siblings are much smarter than me, if you couldn't tell. I think, so I'm of the personal opinion that I think home ec is very important. Like home ec, people, I think that there's like a crisis of people who don't know how to look after themselves. Also, hi again, Drac. I'm being shaken. I'm being shaken. This model isn't as satisfying to shake because I'm just a little guy. Like, is this satisfying to you? Is this satisfying to you to just to shake the Tamagotchi? I don't think it is as satisfying. My other model shakes. Oh, our home ec in this country. You can pick from 3 of them. Because home ec is an overarching topic. Because the home ec over here is sewing, which is commat. You've also got cooking, which is a separate subject, and childcare, and they all fall under home ec, and you can take them separately. But I did resmat, which is the opposite of commat. And resmat consisted of 2 different topics that you could choose from, which was graphic design and woodworking, and I did graphic design. And I got A star in like most of my GCSEs. The only ones I didn't were maths. Maths and history. My only 2 I didn't get full marks on. And that's purely because my history teacher left because she got pregnant, and the substitute that we had for the year taught us the wrong wars. So all of us got to the test, and it was like, we weren't taught any of this. We're gonna have to try and fucking answer based on our general cultural knowledge. Because I was taught for the, well, I was supposed to be taught. I can't remember what order this was actually in, but I was taught World War I, World War II, and the Vietnam War. But we were supposed to have learnt about, like, the Gulf War, I think, instead. We were supposed to learn about World War I and World War II. And how they started and how they ended and like everything in between, specific battles, stuff like that. That we were all taught. It was the last war. We were taught the Vietnam War and how the Viet Cong tactics and everything. All of that. But I think we were supposed to be taught a different war. I want to say it was either the Falklands or Gulf War. but we were taught the Vietnam War. Yeah, you see why it was that I didn't get full marks for that. Because it's so fucking hard. Like, nobody knows fuck all about those wars. Those 3 wars, unless you're taught about them specifically, you don't really know much about them. They're not like the World Wars where you kind of are taught about it from when you're a kid. Or at least over here you are. From when you're a very small child, you're taught about the World Wars over here. Because we do Remembrance Day. Ah, you were taught medical history. Interesting. Yeah, no, we were taught wars, specifically. And the years after me got given a different kind of history, were taught different history, where they had to learn everything up from, I want to say, the Tudors up to the Victorians. They had to learn everything in between those 2 time periods. And that's a long period of time to have to learn everything in between those 2. But I think they had to learn less specific things. So we were taught about, like, specific parts, whereas they had to learn a larger period of time but less specifics. Yeah, that makes sense though, because America didn't really get involved until the end of World War II. Really. They did get, really it was the middle, but like, they didn't do very much until the end. And that's not all Americans as well, obviously. We had American conscripts who came over to England and other countries and signed up against the governments. Like wishes, because America wanted to stay out of it. But you still had people who were against Hitler and so came over to Europe from America to sort of like sign up, even though they weren't, like, their government wasn't involved. I have a lot of respect for the people who did that, actually. Just like I have a lot of, we were also probably taught a lot of things that you guys weren't, because like, were you guys taught about like the Indian regimen or the African regimen in World War II? And because I feel like a lot of countries aren't as much, because I've heard people who weren't taught about any of that at all, whereas we were taught like the specifics of like they did this, they were mostly stationed in these places, and then when they came back after the war we were kind of taught all of how they were treated when they came back and all that lot. Oh, you guys were taught it then. Okay then, I have. Ah, interesting. We were taught medicine, but not as like a specific subject. We were taught the medicine in like a broad sense. Yeah, we're taught about World War II from like, I want to say when we're like, no, it's got to be like when you first start going to school, because we always have the Poppy Parade. Canada, we were taught about as well. Canada, and I feel like other countries in Europe, it's rarer to hear about the African, the Indian, and the Australian and the Canadian services and how they were also included in the Commonwealth. So they were included in the World War. We're not taught about native servicemen at all. I imagine that there were, but we're not really taught about what the Americans did, other than the fact that like America got involved because one of their boats got bombed, And that's kind of the extent of it. Like, America got involved near the end because one of their boats got bombed, and so they funded a bunch of other countries who had already sent off soldiers by that point. Oh, yes! I think I do know about this, but I didn't learn it in school, I learned it afterwards. Why did we get on to world wars? I've lost track of why we're on this topic. It's an interesting topic, but I'm like, I've lost track. I've lost the point. Yeah, that makes more sense. Remember, it has been almost, like, half a decade since I was in high school. So, some of this is, like, knowledge that I probably did know at the time. But I have lost over time, as well. Because nobody really asks you about the, nobody really asks you about World War II as you get older. Oh, nice! We did the Weimar Republic, and we also did the Russian Revolution, but we only really barely touched on it, and it wasn't in the test. Because that's kind of important information to know about, is how the USSR was founded. Just as, like, in general, so I think that's why we were taught it, is because they're like, this is how the USSR was founded. They killed off the royalty and, like, it took over the whole country, basically. And then, like, instigated communism. Right, what's the voice of this character again? I can't remember. By Abraham's beard, you're right. What I need is a silver bullet. That's perfect. That wolf won't know where I am. I'll meet you at the dark wood and we'll put an end to this terror for once and for all. With bullet and blunderbuss in hand, the huntsman jogs off down the road towards the swamp. I sure hope he finds his bravery along the way, or it won't matter what sort of slug he is slinging. Oh, we're gonna have to deal with the troll. Yeah, that's what we learn about it as well, is that America was, like, pretty much neutral, giving both sides equipment, until, like, America got pissed off. And then, like, it was no longer neutral. It was on the Allied side. Right, let's kill this wolf. You find yourself looking down the gaping mouth of a gun muzzle. Who's there? Show yourself. Don't you point your that thing at me. Oh, yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Just so darn dark in here, I can hardly see my own shadow. Why do you think they call it the dark wood? Keep your head on your shoulders, lad. We have a big bad wolf to bring down. Right. I'm totally not afraid of a vicious 7-foot-tall killer who makes his aim in forest as black as night. You need to concentrate on the task at hand. We only have one silver bullet. And if the wolf catches even the smallest whiff of our plan, it is curtains for us. No pressure. So what exactly is the plan? The wolf is waiting in his cabin. I'll sneak up and lure him to you with my puppet, just as I did before at the tavern. Meanwhile, you'll find a good hiding spot and ready your gun. And this time I won't wimp out, I've got a silver bullet. So, Do you know which way the wolf's is the wolf's cabin? Can't really make out a path or anything. Let me worry about that. You just get yourself busy. Ready. And remember, don't miss. Okay, so we're gonna need the owl later. You squeeze through the gaps in the trees and duck under the claw-like branches, but you've somehow managed to end up right where you started. Bah! I'll never make head nor tail of these pathways. Perhaps I should ask someone with a bird's eye view. A keen-eyed owl inspects you from its roost. Well, hoo-hoo, to you too. I wonder what it is you are trying to say. Okay, we need an avian lexicon. We have almost all the stuff for that already. We're gonna need a fuck ton of snare traps though. Because it says that we need a pigeon head, a mimic toe, and bluebird feathers. We need a head. Okay. Back to the swamp. I think I know what we need to get. Oh, thank you for the gifted Drac. Why does it fuck me get gifted? Oh, you're gifting it to Belladonna. Thank you. That means that they don't have to have ads. Yeah, that means you don't miss anything when I go on ad break later, in like half an hour. Hi CJ, welcome in. You know what, Drac? That's fair. I am a pigeon and I am evil. This is fair. I am a pigeon and I am in fact evil. Right, what else am I missing? Was it salts? Because we need to make... I've always been evil. Just secretly evil. I'm secretly evil, and when I get the new model, I will be, like, previous evil. Fully evil. I solve murder cases. This is true. I'm a very complicated character. I'm like Hannibal or Dexter. Actually, that doesn't make sense, because in my lore I don't kill people as normal pigeon. Only as evil pigeon. Normal pigeon just, like... Normal pigeon just steals your identity. I commit identity fraud. Where are my traps? There's my traps. Yeah, That's fair enough. If she's like interrupting you, then like telling her to shut up is fine. It is, but it is also Dexter from TV show Dexter. I am Dexter from TV show Dexter. And not Dexter's Laboratory. Even though that is a banger show. Did I get a squirrel instead of a fucking... squirrel? I'm going to eat a squirrel. I won't, because that would be weird. But like, I'm metaphorically in my soul going to eat a squirrel. They took my feathers. They took my feathers! I was crafting a thing to, because I've got to craft this item now, and it needs, I've got the 2 blue feathers, but I need to make, I needed, so that I can make the snap trap to get the pigeon head. Right, we've got the imp eye nut, I should be able to make another snap trap. Then we go into town, we get a pigeon. I know, I don't enjoy having to kill a pigeon for this. Like, this is not enjoyable for me. Go on. Do it. Do it. Do it. We got him. Right, so we got the pigeon beak, we got the birds, we need the mimic toe. For the mimic toe we need a shrieking skull. For the shrieking skull... we need to go to the cemetery. I don't know why that took my brain a couple seconds to like figure out where I need to go. Chat, talking about nuts, what is the best kind of nut? Whole nut? I like walnuts. Walnuts are good. Cashews are as well, even though they're not a nut. They're a fucking seed. I can't say I'm a massive fan either, actually. Yeah, same. I won't go out of my way. But, like, it's the time of year that people just have them out. I like salted caramel peanuts. Salted caramel peanuts are nice. Okay, so that is a mimic chest. Acorns? I've never eaten acorns. Yeah, I've never had either of those things. I've never had pine nuts or acorns. I guess they're just not a thing we do over here. No, you can eat acorns. That is a thing. I know it's a thing because they're like a foraging thing. I saw on a foraging program, but I don't think I've ever had them. Oh, pesto's good. I like pesto. Pesto pasta. I'm readjusting myself into a comfier position. Right, up we go. We go kill wolf now. Oh wait, no, we need to make the thing. Stuffed bird. Avian lexicon, and we used avian lexicon on the owl. You wave your linguistics scroll at the owl, magic quill at the ready. Will, speak up. Ho, ho, ho. The quill scribbles across the parchment of its own accord, translating the owl's hoots into something more understandable. Walk warily, neighbor. Exploration seldom escapes notice. What does that even mean? I thought the owls were supposed to be wise. Oh! Walk warily, naive neighbor. Exploration seldom escapes notice. West. West. Oh, walnut, yes, I like walnuts. North, north. South. East. Okay, I need to pay attention to this because apparently I'm not paying attention to it. West. West. North. North. Walk warily, naive neighbour. East. South. East, north. There are multiple types of acorn, and you can eat acorns, but you have to soak them first to remove the tannins. You have to soak them in salt water to remove the tannins, and then bake them, dehydrate them. That must be the wolf's cabin up ahead. He is expecting Little Red to come a-knocking, so I will have to use the puppet to lure him into the huntsman's ambush. Where's my puppet? There's my puppet. There is the wolf's cabin up ahead. If I get too close, he will come pick out my scent. I will have to set up my puppet from a distance and then lure him into the huntsman. Your puppet with the red-hooded doll, At the front of the wolf's rickety cabin, an evil light glows from within, casting eerie shadows on the ground. You lift the puppet's head to peep through the window, spotting chewed bones and torn rags littering the floor. No sign of the wolf. Suddenly, yellow eyes stab out of the shadows. There you are, my delectable little pork chop. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me. Through the strings of the puppet, a chill runs down your spine as your animal instincts can't help but scream one thing. Run. Preferring to hunt under the cover of darkness, the wolf pauses to snap out a glimmering wisp. You don't need to use these wisps to your advantage if you hope to outrun the wolf. We're running. We're running. We're running. We're running. We skedaddle in as the little puppet. Also, yes, I have seen Welcome to Derry. It's like a British classic. At your command, the puppet comes to a halt at the centre of a moonlit clearing. The wolf bursts out from the shadows, gripped by a ferocious rage. Ah, there's no place left to hide, little biggie. You're mine now. All mine. Baring his fangs, the wolf pounces into the air with tremendous force. The sound of thunder rolls loudly from across the clearing. Crows scatter to the night air and the dark wood falls silent. Blinking in disbelief, the wolf staggers to a stop. He glances down at his chest where a crimson spot blooms out of his vest. The huntsman reveals himself from the bushes, holding his smoking weapon anxiously. You shot me. The beast crashes to the ground, exhaling his final breath. His glassy eyes transfix onto the full moon high above. Oh, not that. You know, I got that. I got Welcome to Derry. I got it. My brain didn't read it. My brain read the word Derry and thought of Derry Girls, which is like an older British TV programme from the early 2000s. Derry Girls, because Derry is a place in the UK. Not It Derry. It Derry isn't the same, but I saw the word Derry and thought of Derry Girls. And not Derry as in Derry from It, although I have also seen that, and it has been good. I did also see It, the It TV show, and that was good. I can't believe I just made that fucking connection. That would be so funny, actually. That would actually be so fucking funny. Derry Girls, but it's fucking got It just running around. Derry Girls, but it's got fucking It running around. Would be fucking hilarious as a TV concept. The Americans won't get why that's funny. But it is, trust me. Trust me, it's funny to the British among us. Oh, it is. It's a fucking horrendous bastardization of what Northern Ireland is like. But it would be so funny. Also, why are we shaking me? Actually, no, I deserve to be shaken for that one. That was a dumb mistake. Yeah, Derry Girls is what I meant. That one is a British comedy. Like a classic British comedy TV series from the early 2000s. It's not great, but it's like everyone knows of it in the UK. If you say Derry Girls, people know what you mean. It's where a couple of the actors who are on Bridgerton started out on Derry Girls. And a couple of the people currently on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, one or two of them have also been on Derry Girls, or were in Derry Girls. I think, if I'm remembering who the cast is of I'm a Celebrity this year correctly. Hesitantly, the huntsman boggles at the wolf before a triumphant grin crosses his face. I did it. I actually did it. I defeated the wolf. Don't forget that you had some help, kid. This villain won't hunt any longer. That is what really matters. As the huntsman strikes a courageous pose atop his trophy, something pearly white falls from the wolf's mouth. You pick up a glistening fang, broken by the wolf's fall. From deep inside the bloodied tooth you can faintly hear the whimpering of a dog. The soul of the wolf. This is one of the ones where we can firmly say that we actually did kill them. Because some of the other characters, I don't think they were actually killed. I think we just like transformed them into something else. But that guy, we can pretty firmly say we killed him. Like, he's not coming, there's no recovering from that one. Crows are lovely. I've touched a crow before. Well, I've held a crow before. They're lovely. Or they can be. They're like a lot of wild animals where they can either be great to hang out with or like a pain in the ass, depending on how their like temperament is. They're goofy, they're really smart. So are ravens and magpies, all of the corvid family. Right, where are we going? Now, we're looking for the hogs. It's our last person on the hit list is the hogs. To the pig farm. Yes, this is what we want. I've held lots of birds. It's a pig. Well there, no one gets into a hog farm without a work slip. If you want to work for us, you gotta fit the demographic. And what demographic is that? Yes, it does. The kind that don't ask so many stupid questions. Now, you got a work slip or not? Then scream, no work slip, no work. She threatens you with a heavy cudgel. Hi Mixel, welcome in hun. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Right, how do we get a work slip? Let us track this quest. The butcher. You do not want flies in your butcher. Is it going to be cannibalism? Is the point of this one going to be cannibalism? Chopping through a hock of meat with a gigantic cleaver, the surly-looking swine merely grunts at you when you approach. Excuse me, I heard you want to talk to about getting a work slip. What you heard? Well, yeah, it's wrong. We got enough good-for-nothing workers. Now buzz off. You glance at the halo of flies buzzing around the pig's scalp. Listen, there must be some way to get a slip. Well, I am running low on ingredients to make the summer sausage, and these nincompoops can hold two thoughts in their heads. Tell you what, you get me the things I need, and I'll give you your precious work slip. Roast beef, egg, skippers. I'll make roast. Well, I can only make the roast beef. We need crab pots for the skippers. Pigs will eat anything. That's why the stereotype in horror movies is that you'll feed them to the pigs. Yeah, pigs will eat pretty much anything. Bones and all. Hogs and stuff play a useful role in just like keeping ecosystems and stuff. So while it's grim, they are useful. Oh yeah, a male pig especially will eat piglets, but so will things like a lion. Like, lots of animals will eat babies of their own species. Because if you think about it, while a female of the species is pregnant, she can't, or she won't, have more babies. So if you eat the babies, she'll be like, she can get pregnant again faster. So lots of animals will eat the babies of their own species. Morbid, but true. Right, I need... Yeah, there you go. For eggs, we need to go to the farm. Oh, I'm fully aware of how hyenas give birth. I think it's super fucked up that evolution did that to them. Super fucked up that evolution did that to them. I'm trying to think of other animals where it's weird. Seahorses as well. Everyone knows about seahorses though. Right, eggies. Give eggy. Hello, gnome. Give egg. 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 And what else do we need? We need crab traps. And I need barnacles, which we get from the docks. Egg. Jellyfish are cool. Jellyfish reproduction is kind of interesting because they sort of just respawn. Yeah, sponges are like a living animal. SpongeBob is real. Although a lot of sponges are actually loofah, which is a plant. A very, very expensive plant because they're hard to cultivate and you have to dry them for a long time. Dolphins are another animal that are kind of fucked up. My personal favourite shark, I like cookie cutter sharks. But I'm also like a fan of dogfish are cute. They're technically a kind of shark. And then you have things like oarfish, which are cool. I'll tell you what, bring me the things I need and I'll give you your precious work slip. You plop the sweet smelling hock down onto a relatively clean section of countertop. The pig grunts in acknowledgement. You push the basket of eggs towards the hog. She holds each one up to a candle flame and oinks in apparent satisfaction. Your fishy catch still flops about, gasping for water, but the hog puts a stop to that with her hefty cleaver. Head up the market and go northeast and give it to my sister at the gate. The smell of oat dung ought to guide you to the spot. I can hardly contain myself. Well, go contain yourself at the hog farm before I lose my temper. She slaps a work slip down on the table. Ooh, nice. Good choices. All sharks are cool. Hot take, all sharks are cool. Thing with sharks is that, like, Greenland sharks are cool because they can live like 500 odd years. And that's fucking crazy. They could have been around, like, we don't know how old they can get to because the oldest specimens we found we've killed ourselves. And they didn't look like anywhere near the end of their lifespans. So 500 years is a conservative guess at how long Greenland sharks can live for. Naturally. But like, think about being an animal that has existed from like before Victorian times, before Edwardian times, to now. That's fucking crazy that they can just live to like over 500. Now, you got a work slip or not? You hand over the slip of paper and the hog squints at it with her piggy little eyes. You don't look like you can lift a wheelbarrow, let alone last a good day's work. You're nothing but skin and bones. I have a work slip, don't I? They'll let me in. Fine, fine. It's no bacon off my back if you find yourself face down in the middle after your old heart gives out. That big pig is going to be something, isn't it? This particular pig looks a bit green in the face and the odours emanating from it are somehow even worse than the local bouquet. Bow. What is the matter, Hamlet? Did you eat something that did not agree with you? Some stomach medicine ought to sort you out. Digestive tablets for the sick pig. We've got everything already. Eat the digestive tablets. Feel better. Not the pickiest eater. The sick swine eagerly gobbles up the antacid you offer it. You hear a bubbling sound coming from the pig's stomach and decide it's best to avert your eyes from the horrors of the natural process. When you look back, the pig has fallen asleep in the mud, looking much happier with its state of being. You turn your attention to the aftermath and gawk at the obvious cause of the beast's indigestion. Yeah, I was right. They're feeding pigs to the people. This gaggle of workers appears to be squabbling over something. And it's over. I saw it first. Fat chance you've already got those good leg wraps, while I'm still going barefoot. Give it here. You see the object of the contention, a dirty old boot. Ah, that must be my friend's forgotten piece of footwear. The workers ignore you and continue fighting over the pathetic prize. Elf shoes and growth potion. The slop trough is overflowing with filth, like something is clogging the drainage hole. A thorough cleaning should just launch the obstacle. So I guess our task is just to do work on the farm. Drac, just make the hog jokes. This is the kind of channel where that won't matter. People can make hog jokes here. I'm short on fireflies. I need to go get fireflies. So, like, this is giving bad rep to pigs. Because, like, I grew up in a farming community. And pigs are not as dirty as as this game is pretending they are. They roll in the mud. But, like, they don't actually tend to roll in shit. They're not, like, clean as hell. They do roll in mud. They just still roll in mud, but they don't tend to roll in shit. That's, like, an over-exaggeration. And they eat everything, but they try to keep themselves quite clean. Because they're a big animal. And if they get, like... If you think about it, if they spend all their time dirty, as in actually covered in shit and stuff, they would be getting constant infections as a big animal that would struggle to clean itself. Yeah, like, they roll in mud to A, keep ticks off, because the mud suffocates the ticks and fleas and stuff, so they actually don't get ticks and fleas very often. Because they roll in the mud and that kills off, suffocates anything like parasites, but also it, what Drac said, it keeps them cool, the same way that elephants roll in mud. Pigs get a bad rap, same as pigeons. They're actually like both are like really clean animals, and they're... Yeah, that's the whole thing, is that pigs get called dirty because they'll just eat whatever is in front of them. And certain religions like think that because they will eat people if a dead body is put in front of them, that makes them dirty. Or that's my understanding as to the historical context behind why certain religions think that pigs are dirty. That's the fireflies. Do we have enough to make a firefly trap? We need to do some digging. Because we're out of blue stones as well. Where do I get blue stones? Is it the well? I think it might actually be the well. Trying to remember where you get the blue stones, because those are what we need right now. Well, there's one. Oh, is this on Twitter? Drag. Because that is fucking great advice if you want to lose your girlfriend. That's incredible advice if you want to not have a girlfriend anymore. Because she's going to find out when nothing else in the house is destroyed or taken. Do PC Reddit bros think that women are stupid enough to not figure out that if only their PC is broken in the entire house, that maybe it was someone they know I know it's a joke, but still. I'm like... See, this is me being very woke again. I don't think it's funny. I think if you fucked up and you've somehow fucking smashed a hole in your girlfriend's computer, you just should own up for it and offer to pay for it. There's Pigeon's hot take on this situation. He should own up and try and pay for it. And if he can't pay for it, then he needs to do a payment plan with her where he starts paying for it at the minimum. No, I just fully think that is an unhinged Reddit joke. That is the kind of caliber of joke. Replacing the glass. That's a hard one. I don't actually have advice for that because getting PC components of any type is fucking expensive right now. He would have to also know what her case was. Like what specific brand. I need to go back down into the well and get goop. Because for the other thing that we need to do, we need water. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we need exoplasm. Why are you taking my bones? I'm a bird. My bones are hollow. You won't get much from my bones. It's like a chicken. It's like how you shouldn't give chicken bones to a dog. Yeah, that's kind of a dumb thing to do, is not turn off the PC. Well, my question is, why was he doing something that could smash the PC glass around the PC in the first place? Ectoplasm. I'm trying to remember how to get the ectoplasm. I think it's one of these, isn't it? Night, CJ. Thank you for coming in, hun. Oh no, fuck that. My PC is on, like, my rug. Yeah, no, they're both dumbasses. Your PC should never be... Really, it shouldn't be on the floor, they say, but I've not got space for it on my desk with my dual monitor setup. Oh, I'll have my cup of tea now. Thank you, CJ. Num 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 num. Cup of tea. Num 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 num. And my case isn't glass anyway. I'll admit what kind of PC setup I'm running. I'm running an Alienware. Because I got it before, like, I ever considered streaming. This was my PC I used for back when I was in university for schoolwork. But I have over the years replaced and added RAM and shit. Of course I have a cup of tea. What kind of British person would I be if I didn't have a cup of tea? Do we care what kind of cup of tea? I can give you that information. Also, yeah, Drac, I know what happens. It's the same as those videos where you have the glass where the person knocks it over onto the floor and it's fine. But if you, but then they drop like a small object onto the glass while it's flat on the floor and it just shatters into a billion pieces. Is my best, like, explanation of it. Yeah, I have an Alienware PC, but it was from a couple of years ago. And it was expensive at the time, but I used my university funds for it. And not all of them. I'm not an idiot. I only used some of my university funds for them. I went to art school, so I did digital art, so I actually didn't have a lot to spend the money on because I didn't have to buy equipment regularly. But yeah, the cup of tea was a I had a cup of Lady Grey. My special fancy Lady Grey tea. Where's this ghost I'm after? It's a specific type of ghost I'm looking for. That should have worked on them. Why didn't that work on them? It's because they need an exorcism charm. I used the wrong thing. I used the wrong thing. Goodbye forever. I am die forever now. I am die forever. I don't know if I know why, but then again I've got the memory of a sieve, so don't expect too much from me. How do I get the bats again? I think it's this. Because I need 2 bats. Reeds again. Why am I out of reeds again? Is there nowhere to get reeds here? Oh, like, don't... Belladonna, I used to, like, exclusively work from the school PCs back in ye old days of university. Be gone, Mimic. I just wanted the reeds that you're sat next to. Oh! One mutual friend is having issues. I don't remember seeing a mutual friend having issues. I am fucking missing everything, apparently. I will have a look post-stream. Well, actually, no, I can have a look now because I've already got Twitter open. Oh, yes. It's because you called it a... It's because you called it fucking ASUS right now. ASUS instead of Linux. My brain just didn't register that that was what you meant. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Linux at the moment. Well, it's not really their fault. It's what one of their managers is doing to a friend of mine. Who works for them. She works for Linux because she's shown us secret samples of Linux computers that they're working, laptops that they're working on, where the screen sort of rolls. Do you get what I mean? Like, where it's a screen that can roll down into the PC, into the laptop. So I'm assuming maybe they own... Well, I thought it was Linux. I could double check it after stream, but I think it's Linux. Low on sticks again. I'm struggling with equipment at the moment. Yeah, laptops can be hard. I don't use a laptop really anymore. Cause like, I just find it better to work with either my PC or my tablet. Yeah, Razer. I think my siblings use Razer laptop. Sorry, I'm just like distracted with something. Let me look up who makes this. Yeah, it's Lenovo. It's definitely Lenovo. Sorry, I got distracted because I wanted to figure that out while I had the DMs open. Otherwise I'll just forget post-stream, but it's definitely Lenovo. Because I know the one kind of PC she specifically says she makes at work. Meat on stick, we're gonna catch some bats. Sorry for that, like, minuscule tangent. Where I got distracted trying to figure out something that my friend has fucking previously taught me in DMs. Right, bats. Bat wings. And then we want this thing. ectoplasm. And from the ectoplasm, we make our... What was it we're making again? I've lost track of actually what we were making. It's water, isn't it? The purification water. Yeah, and then other than the purification water, the other thing that we need... Elf shoes. Meaning I need more sticks. But yeah, no, it's definitely Lenovo because she has mentioned ThinkPads before to me. I'm trying to keep it so that she's still anonymous. Yeah, razors are fucking expensive. I use a Razer microphone and headphones, and so if my level of quality is what you're after, like, they can be a relatively... The Mini, at least, is a pretty cheap option compared to others, microphone-wise. But I'm not sure what Razer laptops are like. I think they've got a similar rep to my Alienware, where people either like them or hate them. And then we need a growth potion. I need bug acre. Right. Yeah, that's my trouble, is that I found it very hard to replace things on my Alienware over time. And it's very hard to find information as to what you should replace certain things with. So like a while ago I was having issues and I thought I might need to replace my CPU. And I have no fucking clue like what I should be swapping it with, because they make it really fucking hard to learn that information. Right, bug ichor. Bug ichor. Give me the ichor of bugs. Right, and we use the big bug ichor to make humus. Because we need it for the growth potion, which also needs magic paste. And we've got the petals, so we need to get some embers so that I can make a pot so I can get milk to make the paste. He's not got any embers. Does the Bulls farm have any embers? I can't remember. Huh, that rhymed. No dig spots. No embers here. Does the barbarian camp have any? I think they might actually. We only need like 1 or 2 embers. Right, and then we use that to make magic pot. We use the pot to get milk. We use the milk to make magic paste. Magic paste is used to make growth potion. Now we just need to go and get more elf shoes, which we should be able to get from the town. Or is there any in the market? I think there might be some in the market. Let me do that one for you. That one doesn't automatically do, so I need to pigeon wishes. Model. There we go. I have returned. The prodigal child, she is back. And I will have to prevent myself from shrimping. Punk pigeon. Right, we're looking for a little guy. If we see a little guy, we know what we must do. If we see a little guy, we must decimate him. We must obliterate him until there are nothing but shoes. I think, no, there's none in the market apparently. Apparently they only exist in the village. Right, there is one little guy for me to absolutely obliterate. We will watch every time. I will force you to watch the little guy get obliterated. Little guy obliteration spell. That's what I'll do to you, chat, if you don't behave, by the way. Just thought you should know. This is my plan for what to do to chat if you don't behave. Oh, you got auto-modded? Weird, because it didn't even pop up on my end as like a message. Try wording it in a different way? Maybe you used a phrase that's like banned. Because I have got certain words banned. Ah, yeah. Wait, why is Twink? Why is Twink? Twink shouldn't be a word that gets you auto-modded on my channel. Weird. Weird and strange. I'll have to have a look. Or if that's maybe Twitch moderation. Because it's not on my list of words that I've got banned. That's mostly like slurs. That is so fucking weird. Okay, just if you have to say the word twink, put a space in between TW and ink. Like that. That is so weird. That's like not a word that should be banned on my channel. How am I supposed to refer to Vespa? You flush out the disgusting container, eventually getting to the root of the drainage problem. A tooth. That is odd. I doubt any of the pigs around here have had much dental work done. The workers ignore you and continue fighting over the pathetic thing. You put down the minuscule slippers. These won't be big enough for anybody. You pop the cork on the growth potion. You sprinkle a couple of carefully measured drops of the growth potion onto the tiny shoes. They make a sound like popcorn and burst into a size much more accommodating to the human feet. The bickering workers look over at the source of the noise and their eyes go wide. Hey, look! Are those new shoes? Dropping the old boot in the mud, they rush over and try on the new footwear. Check it out! They've got jangly bells on the shoes. You sort through the collection of objects you've accrued, a silver tooth, a human bone, and a chewed boot. I'm not sure what happened in this horrible place, but I've got a suspicion the old beggar may have lost more than his memories here. I better go see him. He will be missing his boot at the very least. So the beggar is probably a ghost. And he's been fed to the pigs. Right. That's probably what's happened here. The beggar is, like, totally dead. You've returned. Do you have any luck finding my... what was it I lost again? You place the collected remains in front of the man. Do any of these look familiar to you? That's my favourite boot. I was wondering where that got off to, but what are these? The man runs his fingers over the bone and silver tooth with creeping realization crossing his face. His skin begins to take on an ephemeral pallor. Am I dead? It would certainly appear that way. Don't feel too bad. These sort of things have a way of sneaking up on us. But I remember now. I was at the hog's farm, but I was too old, too weak to work. The sisters, they said I was useless. They threw me in the feed trough. And then all those hungry pigs. Oh no. No. How could they do this to me? All my life I was starving. I had to beg for table scraps. And then they fed me to the pigs. I'm very sorry things ended this way. We ought to hold a feast to honor your life properly. A feast? I've never had a feast. Where would we get the food? And who would come? Everyone I know is slaving away for those horrible sounds. You cast a glance at the nearby communal cooking pit. I think I have a solution to both of those problems. Don't you worry. I will make sure you have a meal to remember. We're gonna cook the pigs. The pit has seen its fair share of community cookouts, though it isn't in the best shape. It'll be enough for what you have in mind. Now then, what should be on the menu? You clap your hands together hungrily. I think pork would be most appropriate. First I'll have to fashion a proper container. A feast need not be flesh and blood if the spirit is hungry. A porcine effigy. Dough. We need milk. We need more sticks, and we need a voodoo doll. So we need more ectoplasm. We got the ectoplasm last time. We need another bat wing. So I just need to go get more sticks. Right now we are most short on sticks. Sticks, sticks. Sticks and mud. Maybe another firefly, because we seem to always be running low on those and while we're going past it. You get to live to see another day, fairy. You get to live to see another day. Don't trust that there will be another time I am this generous. So, with the bundle of sticks, we need to make meat, a bait stick, but we need to go get milk. What else do we need for the porcine effigy? We need this thing. This thing needs that, which we can make. And we have the rest of it. So we have the dreadful bomb. The only ingredient for this we're missing is the ectoplasm, which we will be getting from the graveyard. But we'll get it from the graveyard at the same time that we get the other ingredient for the thing we need from there. Yeah, there has been an escalation as the game continues. The first guy we killed with the bear, we just turned from an actual bear into a teddy bear. The second guy we killed, the snake, we turned him into well, we got him to hypnotise himself into a magic mirror. Third guy was the bull, and with the bull we made his deal with a demon fall through, and so the demon took his body, but we took his soul. And then we've had the cat, the magic truth forcing unicorn used their magic truth forcing on, and the cat was so full of lies that the cat disappeared completely, leaving only their boots. The fish, that wasn't our fault, their boat exploded. The rat, we got the ghosts of the people of the bodies that he was stealing from, because he was a grave robber. We got the bodies of the people that he was stealing from. Their ghosts came and dragged him and his followers to hell. The sheep got so angry that it exploded from overstimulation. I feel like there was another one we dealt with. The deer. The deer turned himself into crystal. Like, there's definitely been an escalation. Right, bat. I need your bat wings for my nefarious purposes. My nefarious purposes are an exorcism charm. Now, where's that ghost I need? There they are. With the exorcism charm done, we can make the haunted mannequin. We need more egg. I can't believe I didn't get enough egg. Back to the farm with me. I take your wing. I make exorcism charm. I take your wing. I make exorcism charm. You will now be used to excise ghost. Egg. Egg make dough. How many more bundles do we need? We need 2 more bundles, so I need 2. We need a couple more reeds and a couple more sticks. Chat, I made the massive mistake of putting a pack of mint imperials next to me. And I can't stop snacking now. I made the massive mistake of putting a pack of mint imperials next to myself. Thinking that I wouldn't snack on them during the stream. Like a liar and an idiot. And now I can't stop snacking on these mint imperials. I have built this curse upon myself. This is my own folly. Truly. Sticks, 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 sticks. Where are more sticks? Right, bundles. Bundle. Bundle, 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 bundle. Porcine effigy. I don't know if that's how you say that. I'm just assuming that porcine is correct. I'm just assuming that porcine is the way that you actually say that. Okay, I'm correct. Good for me. You set the tiny false creature amongst the ashes of the cooking pit. It wiggles and squeals with impotent hunger. Now to fatten up this little piggy, I'll start with the smallest big sister, but I'll need to collect something special to bind her spirit. Tony's chocolate, is that the chocolate you can get from the co-op? Because there's a chocolate that you can get from the co-op that's really fucking good. They've raised the price recently though, so I haven't been able to like justify it. But there's a co-op chocolate bar that they've started doing at least in the corner shops. That's like pretzel pieces and salted caramel, and it's like really fucking good because the chocolate pieces are like really thick, and the pretzel bites in it, the salted pretzel bites, are like a proper ball, like a ball bearing sized piece of pretzel. Where is thing? Did I not grab the recipe? Do I need to go talk to her? Oh, I think I do know what one you're about. I do actually think I know what one you're about now. Do I need to... Is this another situation that I had that one time where I need to look at her? I'm not seeing. Is there another pig that I'm missing? Oh, there fucking was as well. How did I not see her? Okay, what voice are we doing for this one? Because this is another pig. I think it should be similar but slightly different to her sisters. You hear the runty swine squealing even before you see her. Holding her crop high, she busies herself admonishing a cluster of poor workers. Oh, to feed your useless rumps to the meat grinder. You filthy mongrels. Do we pay you to work or to sleep? They recoil from their taskmaster's lashes. You don't pay us all. Say that, you seem to have gotten an awful lot of use from that grotty old switch. What would you say to a trade? What? A trade? I've had this whipper ever since I was a wee suckling. No way, no how, I'm giving it up my precious little flog. Every pig has her price. The Lashmaster 2000. Okay, this is expensive. We need one more. I need more sticks. Ah! We need to go to the swamp. Because we also need more mosquito bites. Ah. I scream. What am I missing here? I used the thing I needed for the wrong thing. I thought I needed a pot to make smoke bombs, but you just need the clay. You don't need the pot, you just need the clay. Screams forever. Screams forever. Screams in I'm a dumbass. Right, axe. Shovel. Is there a shovel spot near here? Okay, that should be enough for the smoke pellet. Inventory, smoke pellet. Swap. The healing can go in my bag. Let's see if I can get all three. Right, that's the mosquitoes. Your face is a shovel. You can't call me a shovel because your face is a shovel. More reeds. I'm gonna need a pumpkin jack bone. Well, how many pumpkin jack bones actually do I need for this? Just one. And I need a snag vine thing, so I need to do that. Make a snag vine, which we use to get the pumpkin jack bone. I need to get more frogs and more things because I need to get another mosquito. Dig up that. Get the clay. I feel like out of all the it would be an interesting statistic to learn how of all the areas, how much time I've spent in each area. Inventory. Empty jar can go there. Smoke pellet can go there. That's them. Now just for the rat tails. And for the rat tails, I just need snap traps. And with this, I go easiest place to find a rat is the town. To the village. I still didn't do that voice actually for the character, did I? In the end, I said I was gonna do the only get in the village voice for someone, and I didn't end up doing it. I think we're starting to run out of characters too. Right, rat tail. More rats, more rats, more rats. Put that down. Rat tail, rat tail, rat tail, rat tail. Oh yeah, chat, you'll notice that I also set up a bunch of things and got rid of a bunch of things. I didn't talk about it because I was waiting to see if anybody else noticed it. But I did change about some of the redeems. I got rid of a bunch of the outfit redeems because they were like, while they're cute in concept, now that things have gotten a little more professional, they didn't really fit anymore. So you may notice that we have less redeems in general, but I've replaced them with redeems for things that are properly set up. And by that I mean like, you lost the pigeon fancy outfit and stuff, but now you can change my hair at any time. You can change my outfit at any time. You can change whether I'm wearing the jacket or not. Just that sort of thing. So less expensive redeems and more of the less expensive ones. Right, Pumpkin Jack. 2 to climb with me. Why you shake the pigeon? Why you shake the pigeon? Right, snag vine. Oh, they're too close together. That's really annoying. Be further apart. Ah, you're far away from the others. Nice. Is Pumpkin Jack and Spring-Heeled Jack the same thing? Because I know that a lot of the monsters in this are actually based on real mythology. But is Pumpkin Jack and Spring-Heeled Jack the same thing? Right, there's Lashmaster 2000. I'm assuming the other things on the list are stuff that we're gonna make for the other sisters. More modern, because I know Spring Hill Jack is around from around the same time as Victorian times. I know that's as far back as I know it goes, Spring Hill Jack, because there was a bunch of newspapers around like about the same time as Jack the Ripper. Is that a Slashmaster 2000? We're actually stinging barbs and rawhide non-slip grip. The one and only. I thought you were doing such an excellent job of keeping these poor exploited souls under your hoof that you deserve the reward. She snatches the whip out of your hands with glee, tossing her old straw lash in the mud without a second glance. Not even saying thank you, she scampers off to test out her newly acquired motivational tool, unsuspecting farm workers. With any luck, she won't have much time to put it to use. Back to the cooking pit. Yeah, Pumpkin Jack is way, way older. I did know that it was older. But I wasn't sure if they were the same myth or whether it was a coincidence that they are both called Jack. Because there's another Jack as well, but that one is definitely different. Not the fatten of this little piggy. You feed the ratty straw whip into the mouth of the porcine effigy. Despite the thing not having any teeth, you distinctly hear the sound of crunching as it chews up its first meal. The effigy shudders and swells in size, becoming a healthy-sized piglet made of straw. One down. Two to go. For this feast to go off without a hitch, I'll need to gather something important from that swinish middle sister. Her club? I find cryptids and stuff interesting. That's why I was like curious as to the difference between the two. Because obviously, people should know that because I have cryptid tattoos. Hey you're the one that gave my little sister that souped up whipper, ain't you? Well, I do twice as much work as that stinking twerp. This old beaten stick served me well these long years, but if she gets an upgrade, then why shouldn't I? The Magnum Browbeater. And we learned a recipe for Big Stick. And we're short on sticks. Wolf fur. I should be actually able to do all of this. Hers is easier to make. Barnacles. Time for barnacles. We only need one more barnacle than what we've already got. I'm still not over the song in this area. It's just so good. You ladies of Spain, around Do you Spanish ladies, do you ladies ladies of Spain, sounding and sounding. You again. We should do this. I should do a sea shanty stream with Elwyn. We originally planned like a year ago to do a sea shanty stream where we played Phasmophobia and sang sea shanties, but we never got around to it. And I actually think that would be really cute to do a stream where we just both did sea shanties. To 45 weeks, to you Spanish ladies, you ladies of Spain, go you received orders to return into holding. I'll see you again. I threw the meat. It shouldn't attack. I think it shouldn't attack you if it's already in the animation. For like another thing. Embers is the other thing that we are missing, and luckily enough, this is the area that probably has the most of them. Right, that's the wicked gemstone, that and that. We make the Magnum Brow Beater. I'm assuming the third sister is the last stuff that we need to make. Isn't it weird though, because this is 3 souls, technically. Like, this is 3 souls to get for the hogs. But the goat only asks, like, weird, unless there's another hog we've not met yet. Because usually we're not killing their sidekicks as well, we're only killing the main one. But this is 3 people. The sow takes a few test swings of her new cudgel, making you duck for safety. Aha! That's more like it. Solid bill, perfect for balance. You won't be needing that crack double stick more. I'll just take it off your hands. Sure, whatever. It's good as firewood now. She ignores you and goes looking for pine cones or small animals to take a swing at. And last, but not least, the eldest sister. You chop up the well-withered cudgel into bite-sized pieces and offer them to the small effigy. It wastes no time in gobbling up all the bits of wood and crunching them into splinters. Satisfied with its second meal of sticks, the simulated pig rumbles once again and grows in size. This ham is almost ready for dinner. It just needs one more helping of salt food. Something special from that Brutus butcher should be the last ingredient I need. Big Pig's Whetstone. You see the enormous swine hacking apart a haunch of meat with her cleaver. It's dull, and chipped blade has clearly seen better days. She sneezes heavily before wiping a glob of snot on the back of her hand. You again? What do you want now? As your dutiful employee, I've been taking it upon myself to improve your meat business. That whetstone of yours looks like it's not been doing a great job of keeping your tools sharp. She raises an eyebrow at the worn slab of grindstone sitting on the countertop. Suppose it might be time to replace the old girl. Just think of how much more brutal you could be with a brand new sharpener. She doesn't know the half of it. Right, what do we need? We need stones, turkey gizzard stones, meaning we need goblin snot. That's annoying. We need a sound thing for the goblins, if I remember. Where is the sound thing? To the windows always poison, remember. And we also need a rabbit's foot. Oh, this is... yeah, hers is the most expensive. That makes sense. It is like the last thing that we're crafting in the game. Lucky strop. Goblin snot. We need a lot of goblin snot. So we need... where's this sound thing? The thing that makes a lot of sound. That's how we dealt with the goblins last time. I'm pretty sure. Irrigation water, acid, ungent fishing line. There has to be one. There was definitely one that was for the goblins. Snap trap, protective talisman, digestive tablets. The digestive tablets are what we need for the turkey gizzard stones. We need 2 of them, so we need at least 4 goblin snots. Okay, we'll go check with the goblins what they need. I remember it being odd. That's why I was trying to get ahead of it. I should also dig up cobblestones as I'm wandering about. Chop the wood while I'm here, because that might still be useful. Right, guaranteed goblin spawner up here. It's the dreadful doll. Fuck. Okay. Smoke pellets. Clay. We're so short on ingredients, we're going to need to do like just a run where I gather as much of everything as I physically fucking can. Reeds. Smoke pellet. We'll need... I think there's a camp up north where there's 3 goblins all in one place. So I might only need to make 1 dreadful doll. Right, where's my mosquitoes? Right, this hopefully should be enough mosquito stingies. We use the mosquito stingies to make a sewing kit, and we need green as our next ingredient. The grain is used. Oh, accidentally went back into the swamp. The grain we get from the farm. I don't want this game to end. I'm having too much fun. But this feels like we've completed the like thing. The book. There can't be much more after this. Right, Dreadful Dom. I think it's actually easier for me to go up here than go back to the teleport point. We go uppies. We get my dreadful little doll out. Is it 3? It is 3. Inventory, I've got a healing potion already on the go. Did it end up over here? No. Did I get it all then? We need to make a magic box. To make a magic box, we need mimics. Where's the mimics? Well, I know for a fact there's one up here. I know for another fact there's a mimic down at the bottom. I swear there was another thing we needed. That's the puzzle box we need for the thing. Rabbit foot, we've already got the stuff to get that. Turkey gizzards. Okay, we know we're good. We're good. That worried me for a second there. We'll go back to the farm to get the turkey. This really does just have us running all over to get ingredients. Right, the turkey, actually fastest turkey is probably over here. Gizzard. Give gizzard. Give gizzard. Gizzard. Right, that's the turkey gizzards. We need a gnome. We need a gnome to use the lamentation cube on. Gnome, get lamentation cubed. Ha, the fool, he fell for my lamentation cube. He got cenobited. I'm making a healing. I didn't want to waste the material, but the heartbeat noise is very annoying. Right, last handful of things. We get the rabbit's feet, and then I think we have everything else. Chat, you saw nothing. Chat, you saw nothing. I didn't make the wrong kind of trap again for the wrong kind of animal. Chat, you saw nothing. I did not make the wrong kind of trap for the wrong kind of animal again. Okay, last things last. The cobblestones. Easiest thing to get because I don't have to chase anyone down for them. And we can just go to the market where the pigs are anyway. You saw nothing. You did not see Pigeon being a dumbass and missing like something very simple. But to be fair, you would think a snare trap would work better. You would think a snare trap would work better. When you're hunting rabbits, you use a snare trap, not a bird trap. Okay, this should be the last thing to make the grindstone. Okay, we might, this might, emphasis on might, be the last thing we have for this quest before we get the soul of the pigs and find out what the big overarching story of this game has been. The sow slowly grinds the blade of her cleaver across the new whetstone, sending flecks of rust flying. She plucks a hair from her own chin and tests the keenness of the edge by splitting it in half. Oh, not bad at all. Go on, take this old stone and throw it in the trash bin. Is this just an old brick? No wonder it doesn't sharpen anything. And we feed brick to pig. This ham is almost ready for dinner. It just needs one more helping of soul food. Something special from that Brutus butcher should be the last ingredient I need. You toss the old brick into the effigy's ravenous maw, and it clacks to dust within moments. With its final meal of bricks, the porcine simulacrum swells to its monstrous proportions. I just realised that the three things we fed the pig, the pig effigy, were straw, sticks, and bricks. Fucking game. Game. Game, I know what shit you're on, game. That took me probably a stupid amount of time to realise that's what was happening. We literally fed it a whip made of straw, a beating stick, and a brick. Game. Sometimes I'm smart, sometimes I am very dumb. A rattling laugh chills your blood as the old man's spirit looks upon your work. What a proper beggar's feast this is. I thank you for the kind gesture, but I still don't see how this will bring justice to this wretched swine. Just you wait, I'll have to fire up the barbecue first. And last things last, a cinder box, which we already have all the ingredients for. Thank fuck, because that would have been annoying. Striking a spark into the pit, you set the tinder alight. As you take a step back, watching the orange flames leap high into the air. The porcine effigy blackens as you tend to the fire and fuss over the coals. A succulent aroma begins to waft on the wind. The old man licks at his translucent lips hungrily. I swear, I can almost smell a delicious roast. If only it were real. Over the sound of crackling logs, you hear a crowd of footsteps come paddling down the road towards the cooking pit. Over here, I know I smelled something good. It's the others, my friends. You've come back. A ghost? No, wait, is that old man McGraw? Say it ain't so, old timer, when you never showed up in the morning head count, we all feared the worst. It's true, I ended up as pig food. Can you believe that? I was worried you'd all face the same fate as me. However did you escape the hog farm? What's the strangest thing? The Swine sisters started complaining about the weather being too hot, even though it's pretty chilly if you ask me. All of a sudden they blotted out the woods, squealing all the way, left the gate open and everything. When we all smelled something delightful in the breeze and couldn't resist, it's been a long while since we had anything other than pig slop. Gosh, that smells so good. It's a barbecue. Where'd you get all that food? In place of the brick, sticks and straw, the porcine effigy has split into a mountain of delectable sizzling meats. Sausage, bacon, will look so delicious. What a wonder, it truly is a feast. Thank you. What did I tell you? Enjoy yourself for a little while longer, and then be at peace. The starving crowd happily helps themselves to the feast, cheering, laughing and praising the old ghost's name. You see something twinkle amongst the cooling coals of the cooking pit. Warm to the touch, you pick out a piece of greasy gristle from the soot. On closer inspection, it appears to be 3 separate chunks. One fat piece, one long piece, one small piece. The souls of the pigs. The souls of the pigs, the wolf, the hawk and the ram, no, the hawk and the deer rattle in your bag. That is the last of these villains. Now it is time to put an end to this wretched business with the goat. It's been so long since I've eaten anything. Time to go confront the goat. I wonder what she'll have to say. I honestly kind of don't have a guess for what the ending of this is. Because we've really not learned anything about the girl. So the ending of this could be actually anything. We could be the girl getting revenge. Like, the goat could... We know the goat is probably Satan. Like, we know that. But we could be the girl could be like someone else. We don't really know at this point. The goat paws at the floor with a cloven hoof.
You've returned. I was beginning to grow impatient.
I would have thought patience to be one of your strong suits. But don't fret, I have brought you the last of your souls.
Delicious, are they not? You know what to do.
A golden feather. Shimmering sensations of the hawk wash over you, the nib of a quill scratching on parchment, coins clinking, the sharp snap of a closing padlock. Greasy gristle. Your eyes water at the smell of the hogs, grunting swine and buzzing flies. A lever falls onto a wooden block, blood, bone, meat. A royal crystal. A chill runs through your fingers as the stag sockets into the wall. Condescending laughter, schemes in snow, pride, arrogance, hubris. A wolf fang. Your mind sinks into shadow at the presence of the wolf. Soft footfalls padding through dried leaves, hot breath, big eyes, sharp teeth. The collected souls vibrate with the incandescent intensity. They seem to melt into their recesses, boiling away into tiny pinpricks of starlight. So nothing remains of them except 12 smouldering scorch marks on the stone wall.
Ah, well done. That's that. Our contract is fulfilled. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Hang on, what about your end of the deal? You said you would turn my memories to me.
Did I? Well, perhaps I misspoke. You never really had any to begin with, my dear.
What are you talking about? I just don't remember them. I woke up and
met me? Yes, that sounds right for your very first memory.
What? But you told me I brought this sleeping maiden to you. That I asked you to save her soul.
Oh, what I meant to say is that she came to me, asked me to save her own soul, but I'm so easy to get confused. You, her, really, what's the difference?
Dawning realization creeps over you like ice water.
Her life was cut short, whether by the wolf's fangs or the hog's cleaver, or under the weight of a dozen other wrongs. I do not know. But in desperation, she called out to me, so we struck a deal. I would save her soul in exchange for theirs. 1 for 12. But it's not like I could let her go and collect them herself. She needed to stay here, you see, as insurance.
So what then? You created me, is that it? To collect those souls on her behalf?
Well, I should say that she created you, snipped off a piece of herself to do it. It all worked out in the contract, of course. And now that the contract is fulfilled, panned out nicely for everyone, I'd say. But if you, by which I mean she, need to ever get out of another bind, do not hesitate to give me another shout. Ta-ta for now.
The room fills with a flash of blinding light. You blink and the goat is gone, leaving only a goat-shaped hole in the world. Slowly, you turn to face the sleeping maiden. You feel sluggish and heavy. You take a strange step towards the gilded coffin. Your legs snap like dry twigs and you crumple to the floor. The cauldron is the last to fall. It resounds with a hollow clang as it bounces off the ground. You slowly open your eyes and see the vaulted ceiling of the hall. You raise your hand to touch the clear crystal surface of the gilded casket. The glass lid slides off effortlessly and you swing your legs to sit up. The marble floor is smooth and cold under your bare feet. You stoop down to pick up the familiar metal cauldron. Slowly memories come back at its touch. Nice! That was a pretty good end. I think we probably could have guessed that we were the girl the whole time. I think that made sense. She does look like Elwyn, actually. I'll give you that. She does look like Elwyn, I will give you that. She'd been sleeping. Elwyn been sleeping this whole time. We were Elwyn the whole time. I think that was nice. It was the plot of this game has been nice. go around, collect things. So that means she was probably already a witch the whole time. She just wasn't an old lady. She was a young girl. Oh, those were really short credits. Those were crazy short credits. That means not a lot of people worked on this. That's fucking good. Cool. But yeah. Damn, I can't believe we finished that. We'll have to start something else next week. Maybe you'll finally fucking start Yuppie Psycho like I've been planning to. Or... yeah, I feel like Yuppie Psycho is probably what we're going to start next week. But I like that. I like the cozy art style. I like the plot where we go through and... I think you could probably... no, because there's too many of them for the amount of sins. I was going to say, you could probably link each animal to a sin. But I don't think you actually can. I think there's too many animals and not enough sins. But it was nice, and they didn't try and pull a thing that I thought they would, where they were like, one of these isn't bad. Because when we saw the deer, because it was we started the deer quest with the deer's brother, I thought they were going to pull some shit where it's like, oh, actually you do have one of the people that you have to get rid of is innocent. But it wasn't, and I appreciate that. Because it fits with the, like, storybook, everything going on with this game, more that they were just, like, generic bad guy. All of them were, like, a generic bad guy, and I think that works better for the, like, vibe. Okay. Well then. That's gonna feel real weird, because I've been so into this game that I've just, like... not that I've just been continuously playing this for like ages. I've kind of like been using this as my I don't know what to do, I'll just play this game. Who's streaming at the moment? Let's read Jelly-Filled Zombies, because she's playing Animal Crossing and that's a similar vibe. No streams until Monday, where hopefully we've got a D&D Monday again, but you'll see a post on Twitter and in the Discord about my schedule for the week before like that comes up. So I will see you all on Monday. I hope everyone has a good weekend and I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Good night.